Hello everyone, welcome to Relax with Joan. My name is Joan Kaylor and I want to talk about some things today that I hope will help you relax. First of all, I want to wish everyone happy holidays and happy new year. It's going to be an exciting time for us. First off today, I want to talk about just explain a little bit that none of the techniques that I will teach are a substitute for medical treatment or professional counseling. So please consult a licensed healthcare provider for any health issues. Okay, so hopefully you'll be watching this in the next few days, and the holidays are with us. So I want to help you end holiday stress. And the first question I want to ask today is, are you enjoying what you are doing? Does the shopping, cooking, baking, running around, decorating, and wrapping gifts make you feel happy? My first suggestion is do what makes you happy. Don't do what you think you are expected to do. Some of the questions to think about are, what is expected of me? What do my children expect? These are the thoughts that may be going through your head. What do my children expect? What does my spouse expect? What does my child's school expect? All these expectations can really add to stress during the holidays. So my first suggestion is stop. Your family needs you. They need your time. They need you to be present. And they need your love. Nothing else is important. I want to give you a quote by an author by the name of Abraham Hicks, who wrote, "Ask and it is given." There is not something that you're supposed to do. There's not something that you should do. There is only that which you are inspired to do. I'm inspired to be with you here today. Make this year different for the holidays. Do say no thank you if you really don't want to do something. Many people have difficulty saying no because it elicits feelings of guilt. Do delegate tasks, okay? You don't have to do it all. Actually, you shouldn't do it all. Don't try and be perfect. There is no such thing as perfection. Perfect is just a word in the dictionary. It is an unattainable goal, okay? So if you're knocking yourself out, running around, doing things that you think people expect you to do, think you're supposed to do, trying to be the perfect spouse, the perfect parent, the perfect volunteer, the perfect boss, all these things, I tell you what, you are stressed out because that can't be done. You can aspire to be the best that you can be, but you cannot be perfect. I want to talk about holiday guilt. It's a new concept that I thought about for this show. Every family has it. But I would challenge you to be the first in your neighborhood to let it go. Here's a concept. The world will not end if you say no. If someone is disappointed, they will get over it. Do not exhaust yourself in the name of guilt. That's called being codependent. You need to take care of yourself. Practice saying no. Whether it's no, no thank you, I'll think about it, but you don't have to say yes every single time somebody asks you to do something. I know it may feel a little strange at first, it might even feel uncomfortable at first, but you'll get the hang of it. Just practice saying no to yourself. Take a deep breath and say, no, no thank you, or I'll put that on my list and get back to you. You don't have to say yes every single time. Really, really important to take time for yourself. Please consider having a cup of tea, reading a book, listening to soothing music, taking a hot bubble bath, doing meditation. But please, even 5 minutes a day, if it's only 5, get away from the cell phone, get away from the computer, get away from everything, make sure everyone's taken care of, and then say, it's my time. I'm going to escape for 5 minutes and do something that I enjoy. I'm going to go into my favorite place and be quiet. You deserve it. You can't think if you're always rushing around trying to do things for other people. You need to take time for yourself. Make a gratitude list. But definitely take time to breathe. The last time we talked, or I met with you, I taught you how to breathe. Please take time to breathe during your day. Okay, here's another interesting concept. Being with family over the holidays. That can be a great joy, and it can also be a great stressor. If a family member is not happy or not feeling well, give them a hug and a smile. Your smile will soften their heart. Change the subject during conversation if they tend to be caught in complaining about things. You are not going to change their negative attitude, especially not today. Only they can change themselves. If someone wants to argue, don't enter into the argument. Excuse yourself and walk away. Say, someone needs me in the kitchen. Someone needs me in the living room. Someone needs me upstairs. Oh, the phone's ringing. Excuse yourself and walk away. We're going to be going to a break shortly. And then when we get back, I'm going to continue talking with you about stress and different ways to relax. Also talking to you about counseling. And then I have a really fun thing that I want to do with you to help you release food cravings over the holidays. So we have a packed show today. So I really look forward to meeting with you when we get back. And then
Join AmeriCorps, you start changing people's lives.
Through service to your community, you give a feeling of hope.
Why did I join AmeriCorps?
Because I want to change people's lives.
Have you ever heard of lupus? Chances are you know someone whose life's been affected. A new diagnosis every half hour, 1.5 million patients. That's enough to fill 30 baseball stadiums. Too many people for you not to know anything. Let's get educated. The Lupus Foundation of America can help.
I had a stroke.
I had a stroke.
I had a stroke 5 years ago.
750,000 Americans experience a stroke each year. And if you've had a stroke already, the chances are good that you could have another one. But it doesn't have to happen. You could be a stroke smart star.
I'm eating healthy and I'm exercising again.
I always take my medicine and follow doctor's orders even if I feel fine.
Even when I feel fine.
After 35 years, I quit smoking.
If you take steps to improve your health, you'll greatly reduce your risk of another stroke.
Watch what you eat.
If you smoke, quit now.
Keep your blood pressure and cholesterol levels under control.
You can avoid having another stroke.
Recurrent strokes are more deadly than first strokes. Find out more about National Stroke Association STAR's Steps Against Recurrent Stroke. Talk to your doctor and go to stroke.org today.
Do the things you need to do.
What are you doing to stay healthy?
I'm not going to have another stroke.
Everyone, welcome back. Before we took a break, we were talking about what it's like to be with the family over the holidays and how to handle stressful situations. Before we left, I was talking about if someone wants to argue, don't enter into the argument. Also, holiday meals are a time for fun. Don't participate in arguments during a meal. There is no right or wrong. Agree to disagree. Holiday meals are a time to be enjoyed and celebrate family and celebrate the holidays and be thankful for everything that you have. Holidays are a time to enjoy family and friends and worship with those we love if we so choose. Remember the reason for the season, as I like to call it. Okay. Now I want to go and talk a little bit about counseling, my version of counseling for the 21st century. First of all, as counseling is about talking with a licensed professional about an illness or a problem or a difficult situation in a safe, confidential, non-judgmental environment. Okay? Talking with someone that can be trusted, that might have some ideas, that it can give you an objective opinion. Counseling can be with a professional counselor, social worker, marriage and family therapist, nurse practitioner, psychologist. There are many, many different professional groups out there that do counseling. Family counseling, individual counseling, working with children. Modern counseling is much more effective now that we're in the 21st century. Cognitive behavior therapy teaches new ways of thinking so you can make different choices that work for you. I talked a little bit about that in the last show. Now, one method that I particularly enjoy is energy psychology, and that's the newest method of counseling. It combines cognitive behavior therapy with Chinese medicine. I want to talk to you a little bit about what this is all about today, give you a greater understanding. Energy psychology works with the human electrical system to help dissolve stuck negative beliefs and emotions. If you are stuck, energy psychology can help you get unstuck. I use energy psychology to help my clients to get to the root of the problem or the illness, not just learn to cope. Energy psychology uses the same electricity that EEGs and MRIs and EKGs measure when you go in for medical tests, because the human energy system flows through us and around us, and that's what the Chinese found 5,000 years ago. In case you think that this is a little strange or not possible, I want to read some things to you from a book called Emotional Freedom Techniques by Gary Craig, because I think he makes a good point. Heavier than air flying machines are impossible. And that was from Lord Kelvin, President of the Royal Society in 1895. Here's another quote. Everything that can be invented has been invented. Boy, they had no idea what was coming. And that was by Charles Dewey, Director of the U.S. Patent Office in 1899. And this is this one brings a smile to me. Sensible and responsible women do not want to vote. That was by Grover Cleveland in 1905. I wonder what he would think today. Here's another quote. There is no likelihood that man can ever tap the power of the atom. And that was by Robert Millikan, Nobel laureate in physics in 1923. And the final quote that I'm reading is, who the heck wants to hear actors talk? And that was by Harry M. Warner from Warner Brothers Pictures in 1927. So you see how time progresses and discoveries happen. And that's what happened with energy psychology. Discoveries happen to combine Chinese medicine with therapy. For those of you who are interested in the research on energy psychology, you can go to www.energypsych.org research. And there are many pages on there that discuss research. And some of the books that have been written are The Biology of Belief by Dr. Bruce Lipton, Molecules of Emotion by Dr. Candace Pert, Energy Psychology by Fred Gallo, and The Genie in Your Genes by Dr. Dawson Church. And there are many, many more books. So, energy psychology is combining ancient Chinese wisdom with modern psychology. I'm going to talk a little bit about combining energy psychology with some really fun things having to do with acupressure. Energy psychology combines the human energy system of acupressure, as I mentioned, to release stuck negative thoughts and emotions. So today, I thought it might be really a fun thing to do. We'll be going to break a little bit here, and then when we come back, I'm going to talk about how to release sugar cravings. And I'm thinking for all of us, myself included, and I use this, who might have sugar cravings or food cravings or want to have that extra helping over the holidays, I'm going to teach you, using energy psychology, how to release those sugar cravings. And then I invite you to try this yourself and see if it's helpful. But energy psychology can release anything pretty much that's bothering you. It doesn't work on everybody, and I don't want to give that impression, but it does help a lot of people. And I've used it in my practice for the last 12 years. And many of my clients have had really amazing results with it. So I thought it'll be really fun to be able to teach you a quick and simple way to let go of the craving for that extra cookie or that extra brownie or that extra piece of pie. So when we come back, we'll talk about how to release sugar cravings over the holiday and anytime you want to.
Power's out, but your food safety plan is on. Don't open the fridge. Foods will be safe for up to 4 hours if the door stays closed. Keep the freezer shut too. If it's full, the food will stay frozen for about 2 days. When Tower returns, make sure freezer foods have ice crystals and check fridge foods with a food thermometer to make sure they're at 40 degrees or below. If not, or if there's any doubt, throw it out. Learn more at www.askkaren.gov or call the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Meat and Poultry Hotline at 1-888-MP Hotline.
I'm an AmeriCorps member now. My service gear. I look sharp. I want to help people. I want to make a difference. I want to get things done.
Join AmeriCorps.
What have you done for your marriage today?
I took the baby while she worked. Today we've actually organized a date night tonight.
I got up with the baby while he slept.
Yeah.
What have I done for my marriage today?
That is a great question.
I have carried my wife's purse.
Boy, I gave a huge hug this morning, like a really big squeeze.
We're going to the museums as a family.
What have you done for your marriage today? Don't forget the small stuff. Need ideas? Go to foryourmarriage.org, a message from the Catholic Church.
This is the training manual for a 747, and these are the documents you'll sign at closing. Now, no one climbs into the cockpit without knowing this inside and out. Yet while making the biggest purchase of their lives, most people only pretend to read these. That's why the Mortgage Bankers Association made the Simple Facts, something you can read and understand long before closing to help you get the loan that makes sense for you. Get your copy at homeloanlearningcenter.com. The Simple Facts. The name says it all.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Well, let's talk about how to release those sugar cravings. First of all, I want to go over to my chart, which is about acupressure. And you'll notice that there are lines going all through the chart which represent the electrical pathways of our body, known as meridians. And you'll notice that there are black dots along those lines. Those represent the energy points of the human body. And there are over 400 of them, but we're only going to be interested in maybe 10 of them today. So I just want to point up here before we get started to the eye area, beginning of the eyebrow, end of the eye, under the nose, the side of the mouth. This follows the stomach meridian, which starts under the eye and goes down the face, loops up under the ear, and then goes straight down to the stomach. So this is what we're going to tap on today to release those sugar cravings. So what I want you to do is, I brought a delicious chocolate chip cookie. And what I want you to do is I want you to go into your kitchen and get a snack, whatever you crave right now. A piece of pie, a chocolate chip cookie, potato chip, a brownie, that second helping of food. And I'm going to teach you how to let go of that craving. So after you have whatever it is that you crave, I want you to look at this. This smells so good. I feel like I'm on a food channel right now. So I want you to measure your craving on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 being you don't care if you have it at all, and 10 is if I don't stop talking so you can eat whatever you have in front of you, you're going to have a hissy fit because you really, really, really want that. Okay, so say it's a 10. So what you're going to do, I'm going to put my pointer down. What you're going to do is you're going to tap the side of your hand, known as the karate chop point right here. And you're going to say, even though I have this craving, I deeply and completely accept myself. And you're going to say this 3 times. So we're going to do this 2 more times. Look at what you crave, the cookie, the pie, second helping of food. Even though I have this craving, I deeply and completely accept myself. We're using emotional freedom technique right now. One more time. Even though I have this craving, I deeply and completely accept myself. So what you're saying is, yes, I have this craving, but I accept myself anyway. And then what you're going to do is take your middle finger and your index finger and place them at the beginning of your eyebrow. And you're going to tap the beginning of your eyebrow and say, this craving. All while you're looking at what you crave. And then you're going to tap the end of your eyebrow and say, this craving. Then you're going to tap under your eye on your cheek and say, this craving. Then you're going to tap under your nose and say, this craving. Then you're going to tap your chin and say, this craving. Then you're going to tap the corner of your mouth and say, this craving. Glance down again at what you're craving. Then tap under your earlobe, under your ear, and say, this craving. Now, with both hands, I'm going to tap a little quieter this time because I think the people in the sound room, I don't want to upset the microphone. Tap on your collarbone and say, this craving. And now this is going to look funny, but do it anyway. Tap the top of your head and say, this craving. Now take a deep breath. Now look down at what you're craving and say, from a scale of 0 to 10, how much do I want that? Is it still a 10? Is it still a 9? Could you put it down and walk away and maybe save it for tomorrow? If you still have the craving, which is not unusual at all because it usually takes about 5 rounds to do this, You go back to tapping the side of your hand. This is called the setup phrase. And you say, even though I still have this craving, I deeply and completely accept myself anyway. Even though I still have this craving, I deeply and completely accept myself anyway. Even though I still have this craving, I deeply and completely accept myself anyway. And then again, you start at the beginning of your eyebrow. This time you say, remainder of this craving, and begin tapping. Remainder of this craving. 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 Look at what you're craving. Remainder of this craving. All the rest of this craving. Go on top of your head and sprinkle your head. Every last little bit. I don't need this craving anymore. Take a breath. Now you may say, well, Joan, this is like, you're just distracting me. Okay, fine. That's one thing it does. It does distract you. But the other thing it does is it removes the chemical attachment to that craving so that you can take back control. So that it doesn't take away your enjoyment of the cookie or the pie or the second helping of food or whatever it is you're craving. It doesn't take that away, but it gives you control instead of the food having control. And you may have to do it maybe 3 times. That's okay. Or maybe twice is enough to say, you know what? I can put that aside and have it tomorrow. I don't need it right now. So this is just a little tip about what to do if you're having a craving and you're battling, too many cookies. If you go over to somebody's house, then you can go ahead and go in the bathroom and do some tapping before you go out and enjoy. So maybe you'll have a few less cookies or a few less of whatever it is that you're craving. But I really hope that some of my suggestions and ideas are helpful to you this holiday season. I really hope that if you have any questions that you'll contact me. I want to thank you for watching today, and I want to thank you for allowing me into your home so I could teach you some things that might be helpful for you over the holidays. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call me, email me, go to my website. I'm here to answer any questions that you might have. I really enjoyed being with you today, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday season and an abundant and prosperous new year. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.